Well, thank you very much. I'm Mildred. I'm coming to you from Naro Center here in Ngetta Zadi, and this is Lira city, which is northern Uganda, where the 29th edition of the Seeds of Gold farm clinic is currently taking place. Of course, everyone knows when you talk about northern Uganda, we talk about produce that comes from here, and mainly maize. We talk about soya beans. We also talk about, sorghum, among others. But of course, the reason why Nation Media is here is how can the farmers be supported to make sure they increase on their produce. And apparently, many experts are here to advise them. Just if you can see my background, the talks or the speeches are currently still ongoing before the farmers can proceed to different section stalls where they will be meeting different experts to advise them on what they should do in as far as how we are trying to switch this agriculture from being subsistent to commercial here. But I just want to get an insight from the Naro chief, that is Dr. Loban, to the agenda to just paint for us a picture of which crops are majorly grown in this area and what should be done for farmers to be supported so that their produce or their yields are increased. And Doctor, thank you very much for joining me on NTV.
Thank you so much.
Yes, please.
I'm called Laban to the agenda. I'm director of research for this institute.
Yes, please.
This institute has a mandate in 17 districts. We have 8 in Achore sub-region and 9 in Nango sub-region.
Yeah, which agricultural products, so let me say crops, are grown here, and how do you think these farmers should be supported to have their produce increase?
Majorly they grow rice, grow cassava, grow soybean, grow maize. Yeah, those are the ground nuts. Those are the major ones. The ground nuts, rice, maize, soybean. Those are major ones, and cassava. And the challenges they have is one major one is post-harvest. They don't have storage facilities. They don't have stores. They don't have techniques of storing their crops so they can sell after some time, especially for perishable crops like soybean. If it's not well stored, it becomes very bad. Another challenge they have is marketing, because they tend to do single selling. And I want to encourage them to always do barracking so they can have volumes.
Do you mean working in groups?
Yes, in groups, cooperatives, so they can do barracking, so they can have enough volume for marketing. You know, marketing goes with the volume, quality and volume. Then another challenge here is the financing, capital. You know, agriculture needs also investment. And the problem farmers have here is the access to credit. It's a very problem because even banks are not willing to give loan to farmers because they think farming is a risky business.
Okay, Doctor, you've talked about financing. Let me speak to Bank of Uganda to also tell us the mechanisms they have so that the farmers can be supported to access funds to invest in their agriculture. And thank you very much for joining me on NTV.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, Nation Media Group. Thank you, NTV, for this opportunity. For us, our opportunity is that because we are a central bank, we are able to give licenses to these institutions. We can regulate them. So we decided to say, okay, how about we introduce a fund from government called the Agricultural Credit Facility, which is going to be at a low interest rate of only 12% per annum to assist these farmers. Okay?
But are they accessing the funds that you're talking about from these other commercial banks?
Oh yes, I am telling you that the fund is accessible from any financial institution which is regulated by Bank of Uganda. That means the commercial banks, the financial institutions, microfinance deposit taking institutions, and the credit institutions.
But as Bank of Uganda, how do you want farmers to access these funds? Through groups, associations, how individually they can as well?
Well, you can access the funding as an individual, you can come as a partnership, or you can come as a sole proprietor. But also we acknowledge that people are working in groups today. The doctor has mentioned that they are giving services to groups. Okay, we are mentioning that, look, for us, we have introduced the block allocation arrangement to handle groups. So the groups or cooperatives can approach any bank of their choice, and they can access the fund through the block allocation arrangement, where we give money to the group, and then the individual farmers can access the money through their group leaders.
Okay, let's write up with your name.
Yes, earlier mentioned, my name is Joseph Mutaka, and I am the Senior Principal Banking Officer working with the Agriculture Division, Bank of Uganda.
Thank you very much, Joseph. Joseph, for your time.
You're welcome.
Well, Mildred, you've listened to the experts, Naroboth and the Bank of Uganda, that are making sure that farmers can be supported to see that, one, they get the expert skills, but also financing from these institutions here. But like I earlier said, the training, the clinic is still ongoing. The farmers are going to be taken to different stalls to meet experts and advise them. And that's what we're keeping track on here in Lira City, northern Uganda. For time reasons, I will come back to you in the studio. A very good afternoon to you and our audience.